This is a journey into sound.
Whether you believe me or not, it will come back.
I don't even have no punchline. Just thought I'd tell you that. This is a journey into sound.
Whether you believe me or not, it will come back.
This is a journey into sound.
Whether you believe me or not, it will come back.
I don't even have no punchline. Just thought I'd tell you that. This is a journey into sound.
Whether you believe me or not, it will come back.
This is a journey into sound.
Whether you believe me or not, it will come back.
I don't even have no punchline. Just thought I'd tell you that. This is a journey into sound.
Whether you believe me or not, it will come back.
This is a journey into sound.
Whether you believe me or not, it will come back.
Peace, everyone. On this episode of Let the Children Speak, we're going to talk about how online games and social platforms connect teens across the world in seconds. Chat feels friendly, conversations feel real, trust can be built fast. What many teens do not realize is that not everyone online is who they claim to be. Some people use games and social spaces to gain trust, gather information, and cross boundaries. This conversation exists to help teens stay informed, confident, and protected. Moon Tours, what is the deeper meaning?
Good evening and welcome. The deeper meaning. The story of a teen missing after an online gaming meetup reminds us that the digital spaces carry real-world consequences. Online friendships can feel genuine, especially when shared interests and daily conversations are involved. Still, connection through a screen does not equal real-life safety. Trust online develops without verification, accountability, or protection. Awareness is not about fear. Awareness is about understanding boundaries, recognizing warning signs, and knowing when to pause, speak up, and choose safety. Using your voice early can prevent harm later.
Peace, Kendall.
Hello.
Hey, Riley, are you with us?
Oh, yes.
Wiggity wiggity wackadoodle. I'm here for strudel, my noodle. I don't ask.
That's okay. Well, I don't have to worry about you with online safety with video games and whatnot because that's not your thing, is it?
Not really. Like, I'm not that present online. You might occasionally find me somewhere, but like, no, I'm not present online much at all at this moment.
That's
perhaps
amazing.
it is
And
amazing.
I love that for you. For real, for real. Go ahead, Moon Tortoise.
I would say I don't think your insight will be lost on that. I mean, you see a lot of people, you see a lot of things. Maybe you do have something to impart on it, and I don't know. It's kind of a big part of everybody's life around you. I'm glad to hear that you have other hobbies. It's really good.
Today I played guitar so much that I'm getting a blister on my thumb that I was using to like pick some ragtime guitar with.
Oh, I jabbed a flathead screwdriver into my finger fixing my glasses, and it's my middle finger on my left hand. I certainly don't use it for hammer-ons or anything. So,
Well, at least you can be like, "Hey, I hurt my finger. Which one? This one." Insert
yeah,
gesture here.
it's just pushing it right to the edge. We like, I don't know if we like that, but I guess we can't see anything. That's funny. Yep, yep, yep. It just happened to be that one. Anyway,
So, not to change the subject, yet to change the subject, let's really talk about the case of matter because online safety is extremely important. So is your middle finger. But at the end of the day, a kid came up missing, and he left home meeting somebody off of Roblox where he thought he could trust them and where he thought the source was a friend of his enough to change his IP address, enough to change his location and safety measures that his parents already had put in place. They had all the precautions. They thought they had everything hooked up to their emails and everything where he was playing safe online. And because he is a teen and because he's smarter than they give him credit for, he changed all that and put a proxy in there and bypassed everything and met somebody. And Roblox really can't help.
I've heard a lot of stuff about Roblox. It doesn't sound too good lately.
No, and this is just a very important topic that needs to be talked about. Teens really need to realize the grass isn't greener on the other side, no matter where it's located. And no one can protect you more than your own home should be able to. We're hoping. So, you have a lot of associates, Riley. I don't want to call them your friends because you're very articulate with that. Do you have associates, peers your age in school that play a lot of video games and whatnot?
Uh, yes, and I also know a guy who's like in his 60s who's an avid video gamer. He's one of the school staff. Anyway,
Oh heck, I'm an
it's not just kids.
No, it's not. But the thing is, these older adults, and I'm not going to put this out there upon him because I don't know him from a can of paint, and he may not be one of these people. But some people pretend they are kids that aren't.
He has like no online games.
Oh yeah, no, that's why I said I'm not putting him in that category.
Anyway,
I'm just saying.
yeah, no. First of all, those people are scum. Second of all, good point. Don't touch Roblox at all. They're facing a class action lawsuit about safety. So like, it's not at all advisable to touch that thing or get within 100 feet of it because it's now come to light how bad their security is.
Yeah, that's what I've been hearing. It's
And I don't think it's just Roblox though. There's a lot of other games too. There's a lot of other games too that you can still meet people on.
Yeah.
Even Danny was playing Call of Duty well, he wasn't even playing Call of Duty. He was actually playing a wrestling game, but Call of Duty used his tag as a bot in the game.
Well, then that would definitely probably be some variety of bot account that is hacking him or something. I don't know. Or it just randomly generated a tag. I'm not too familiar with how Call of Duty works internally as I am with other things. But it was probably just like a bot account that was hacked or something.
No, not at all. But what
No?
happens is what happens is when you are not on there, they will take game tags and they will put them on there as bots. And they're using a regular game tag of somebody who would play, who's not playing right now. And they're allowed to do it. So they took his game tag and put it on, and one of his friends messaged him and said, "Hey man, that was me that you took out." And he later on said, "What are you talking about? I wasn't even playing." So what I'm trying to tell you is that sometimes just because it's your name doesn't mean it's you that's behind the screen. So just because it's your friend Bob who's behind tag that's popped up doesn't always mean that it's Bob who's playing. Moon Tortoise, you know more about that?
Kind of condense it down exactly. What do you mean exactly?
He
Just so
wasn't
I can-
playing. He wasn't playing. He was not. He was playing a whole different. He wasn't even playing nothing at that time. He actually left to go to the studio. But at the end of the day, Call of Duty picked his gamer tag and put it up as a bot.
Honestly, do you want to know how? Okay, I was just narrowing it down. My dad couldn't. He gets scam calls left and right from bots and people, and some are automated, some are not. That kind of thing we're going to see infiltrating almost every aspect of technological society. We're going to have to look out for, because we're talking about, we got like grooming and trust building, and then secrets and doxing and humiliation online. These are all terrible things that can happen to you. Leading up with the first one could be even trafficking, right? But we got low level stuff like that where we got, fraud and anything like that. Now, that's not necessarily attacking kids, but we got bots that are attacking kids, maybe their parents' accounts. We got all kinds of stuff we're looking at right here. So that's really what I want to know is like, what is everything that's getting affected? I saw so much with these scams and stuff with my dad, and that was a healthcare system. I couldn't imagine what it's like in the landscape of online gaming, especially with all the DLC and everything you got to download. It just must be nuts.
There's a clause in there that they're allowed to use you as a non-real player, a non-motion player, just to fill in the spot because you have a game tag. Now, what I want kids to know is just because you see your friend's game tag doesn't mean that is your friend behind it. Nobody has hacked into their system, I promise you, and no one's pretending to be them. Yet, with all game systems, you're giving permission to turn your camera on whenever it wants to, pick up anything it wants to of your device because you signed up for it without realizing the little small print that people don't realize that.
Yeah, but like, sorry, hold on. Most end user license agreements do not state that they have access to your camera whenever they want. That is, I don't know where you heard that, but that is certainly not there. I would expect that from TikTok, but not from, or Facebook, but not from any reputable game company, because they'd be in some crap from the guy who reads the end user license agreements. Hi, I read end user license agreements.
I promise you, they have the right to pick up your camera anytime. It will.
No,
say
they don't.
They can't legally.
Your mic.
They can't mic and camera and contacts
camera.
and
What?
photos.
What?
Yes.
Okay.
You're giving them
Where?
access by granting access to your device.
Where?
Doesn't mean they'll misuse it. Doesn't mean they'll misuse it. But at
Yeah,
the end
but
of the day,
where does it say they get access to your camera whenever they want? Because
Now-
that is that can't just be shoved into a end user license agreement irrelevantly, especially there would have to be some greater reasons.
and if I was able to finish what I was saying, it doesn't whenever they want. It's not whenever they want. It's whenever time you turn it on within you're granting them permission to use it. It'll say it can be limited only when you're accessing it. You can actually check the box and say limited only when I'm accessing. A lot of people don't see that and check it.
May I? Real quick, I actually did some digging. I got yes. It says yes. Online companies can technically access your camera and your microphone. However, it is rare for them to do so without your consent, as they usually requires malware or unauthorized, intrusive, and illegal malicious software being involved. Legitimate games may request permission to use your camera and microphone for in-game communication or to improve your experience.
And I've seen a lot of the FBIs and whatnot have turned people's things on because they were able to get an order to bypass certain things because it was a risk, because they were violating things and they were doing things they shouldn't be doing. But they do have access to it. Not saying they're going to do it, but they do have that access to do it.
You mentioned the Federal Bureau of Investigations. That is an entirely different story. If they get a warrant to do so because they have reasonable suspicion for you to have been doing some crime and for some reason they need access to your camera and mic, they can get it because they would have a legal reason. But in general, they can't really legally access your camera or mic without permission.
Okay, so listen, Riley. People have bypass proxies and they have bypass things and they have, let me finish one sentence and I will let you talk. They have baby cameras inside of a kid's room. They have overrolled that and been able to talk to the child and scare the child and get it and peek in your house and whatnot through your camera systems if they want to. I'm not saying just the FBI. I'm saying in general, anybody at any time can bypass any one of your cameras if they want to, if they know how.
So what you just mentioned is being hacked. The company itself will not access your baby camera and stuff, but you said they. Who is they in this scenario?
Whoever wants to. Whoever
has the skill to hack your system.
Yes. If a pervert wants to come into your life, they will come into your life. If somebody wants to create some kind of trouble for you, they will do it. That's all I'm saying. I'm saying everybody online is not safe.
I have some thoughts. I've been pretty quiet. But you guys, one of the reasons Riley's not getting doxxed and after people like that is because of the way you guys are talking right now. He's not going to put up with that. What does happen is that people do prey on people who ain't ready for that type of thing. Right? Or you got people who maybe new to the scene or anything. We have the advent of AI coming out now. Now, forget about the game companies. We got, AI. People are using AI images. They're even stealing people's images. This has happened. Young kids' images and creating awful, less than favorable pictures of them, disgusting things. So the nature of the game is changing. When we're talking about who's looking at who, I don't think that's going to be very clear very soon, which really means you got to strap it down on how you view online. We are going to completely move online. So maybe it's not just the cameras. It's the exploitation, it's extortion. Roblox it's been a main hunting ground for children. That's why they have these class action lawsuits against them. Unusual friends, and then even gifting from people. You get extravagant gifts from people online. There's all kinds of weird stuff going on and weird warning signs that you can look out for to avoid getting tracked, because they'll do it friendly like. They're not going to do it like a secret agent. I will say that right there.
So in this, most things, and I'm not saying all children because there's not all children fit in this category. Most, to some children, may feel like they don't fit in, may feel like they don't belong in school. They're not really liked. They're not in the popular crowd. And the only time they have someone who likes and shows them attention is online. And them also can be targets. And I'm not saying that, don't have friends or anything like that. Just watch what you share. There's some information that you should not share online with anybody. And I don't care if it's someone who says that they're your best friend, and if it's someone you've known your whole entire life, because you don't know who's behind that screen at that time.
That's a fair point. May I ask Riley a question?
Go ahead.
It's pertinent. Riley, with you not doing online gaming, not having a big part of your life, I know you're not the type of person who's out in front trying to follow all the right trends. Does that put you out? Do people act strangely to that? Does that put you completely out of society?
No, I have a band of weirdos. I have a few. I befriend the other weirdos who are like-minded. But no, not at all. There's plenty of communities that accept me. It's not. If people are like trying to hang out with people that are that shallow that you have to be up on the newest trend in order to hang out with them, those aren't nice people. Don't hang out with them.
It's a fair point. I guess I was more asking about Fortnite and video games in particular. It just seems like everybody I talk to, they kind of any young person I run into, even they just kind of throw in all this cool Fortnite facts at me, and I'm like, I don't know what you're talking about, and I know I'm old, but I love video games. I'm just not an online gamer, so I don't know. I feel kind of like weird. I throw out old titles to them, and they don't know what I'm talking about. So I was asking if it's kind of similar to you and your weirdo outcast friends, whatever. I don't think you're weirdos. I think you're probably normal.
There's no such thing as normal, and quite honestly, I wear the title of weird with pride because it's not an insult. It's just the best people are spicy, or a little bit like not that type of spicy, but like I don't. I've lost my own not thinking before I speaking my phrase. What the? I am tired. My own not thinking before I talk made my phrasing weird, which then made me lose my track. I have no clue what I'm talking about
Oh, it
anymore.
was spice. It's okay.
I'm a little spicy, so it's okay. I get it. I'm not big on online gaming, really, to be honest with you, unless it's like spades. And I'm not sharing no information with no one, only because I'm older and I don't really like people like that. Sorry to those that I appreciate you watching. But at the end of the day, yeah, I don't want to bond with strangers over the internet. And what there is people that do, though. I know people that spend 24/7 on there and have a whole community on there, and they don't leave that life. And as a young person, it's very important that you make sure that what you talk about with another individual is something that you could also talk about in front of your parents. Would you feel comfortable saying this in front of your parents? Is this a trusted conversation? Is that person asking personal details really quickly? Have they asked you if you could keep a secret? Can you move from the chat off the video game? Can they get your personal information, phone number? Do you feel respected in this interaction? And that's what people need to realize, is that as a young person, there's little signs and keys that you got to watch out for that aren't normal. And you won't know that because you don't know that it's not normal.
Go
ahead.
Sorry. I was going to say there is another facet of this. It's not exactly a video game, but it has a lot to do with video games. Riley, how do you feel about Discord?
That's a no.
There's plenty of pockets of nuclear waste that you do not want to bother with on there. In fact, most of what you find there will be a big bucket of nuclear waste. Not that I've ever been there, but from what I've heard, it's a big toxic waste hole, just like a lot of other varieties of social media. But Discord's an interesting one because you could have a group with just your friends, and unless you and your friends are the toxic waste, then you should be fine. But like, don't start joining random groups. That's not smart. And I just find some other. I mean, it's like, okay, just be safe, but there's plenty of pockets of nuclear waste you can walk into there.
It's a good metaphor for putting it. It's like that's a big one where people talk a lot, and it seems like the Wild West. So, and I'm assuming a lot of your peers are also involved with Discord. Throw them under the bus. I don't know. Right, Riley?
What?
Is Discord kind of the main way, or one of the main ways that your peers are talking to each other? People around your age, younger?
No.
No.
No, the main way, at least here, seems to be Snap, which I have plenty of problems with because it's
There we
like
go.
unintentionally set up for debauchery, considering your messages. Yes, your messages are not visible after one day. That seems kind of set up for debauchery, and I get like it wasn't designed for that, but it could be easily manipulated in that. Now, by debauchery, I do not necessarily mean predators. I just mean other forms of debauchery.
Yeah. I don't know how they monitor that kind of thing.
They don't. They just log it so they have access to it if, like, legally they need it in a court of law, but like unless it's saved, nobody's no, it just off into the internet for the rest of eternity without any real way to view it. Me and also like my youth pastor both hold the same view of no, never touching that thing because it's like it's built for debauchery, unintentionally, I assume.
It's intended for users 13 and older. It lacks strict and effective parental controls, increasing risks of cyberbullying and exposure to inappropriate content and extortion. And there's tons of horrible stories about young people on it. I've seen Snapchat before. It's not something I find. I don't computer illiterate. I don't use a lot of these apps that we speak of. So to be honest with you, and when I go on them and look at it, I kind of figure out in a second. I'm like, whoa, the internet is an ugly place. It's a wild place.
Never had Snap, and everybody's like, "Oh, do you have a Snap?" No, I'm straight on that. Like certain, and I've always been that way. Even when I was younger, I didn't have none of that stuff. I don't want to talk to people like that, but I want younger kids to know some things, though. I want them to keep their personal information private. Never share your real name, your age and your birth date, your school or your city or your address, photos or videos of yourself, passwords, login information. If it's real life information, it stays offline. That's a key thing right there to know. If it's real life information, it stays offline. Online friends are not real friends. Someone you met in a game or an app is still a stranger, even if you talk every day. They seem kind and supportive. They say they understand you. Real trust takes time and real world conversations. Never meet someone you met online. Do not agree to meet anyone you met through video games, social media, chat, Snapchat. I don't know what whatever that was you said, Discord. I don't know what that is. Um, say the chat apps, safe places are safe people. Do not ask kids or teens to meet privately. If something feels wrong, stop. Trust your instinct. Trust that feeling. If a message makes you feel uncomfortable, pressured, confused, or scared, stop responding. Take screenshots, block the person, tell a trusted adult. You will not get in trouble for protecting yourself. Never keep online secrets. If someone says, don't tell anyone, this is just between us, you'll get in trouble if you tell. That's all a red flag. Safe people don't ask you to keep secrets. Talk to an adult you trust. Parents, guardian, teacher, counselor, friends, coaches. They can help, not judge. Talking early keeps you safer. Remember, the rule safety always comes before friendship, popularity, and game rewards. You're allowed to say no. You are allowed to block someone. You are allowed to ask for help. And I just want to make sure that that gets said, because at the end of the day, this is a scary time where AI and whatnot is taking over a lot of things in our world. And I just want to make sure people stay safe. I don't want it to be someone I know that comes up missing because they trusted the wrong source.
I've been affected by it. I've been accosted by people online. And, I'm an adult, and it's still a really creepy, scary situation. I don't care who you are. So
Yeah. This world is beautiful and ugly in the same aspect. And it all depends on perception and how you see it. Go ahead, Riley.
Oh, cool. I was waiting to say it. For this entirety of the thing, we've only focused on the doom and gloom and not the actual good, that the examples of actual good that has come from online friendship. I'll put that in quotes. But like, I just feel the need to point out that not everybody you're gonna meet out there is all horrendous. But do very much be vigilant and aware of the horrendous people.
And the only reason why we're centered in that direction is because we're covering the fact that this 15-year-old kid just came missing in New York by meeting somebody. And that's the only reason why it's in the dark and gloom, because there is people that are everyday people that don't want to cause harm to you. But I promise you, those everyday people aren't going to ask you uncomfortable questions.
They won't.
I mean, it doesn't get easier when you get older. Sometimes, but you do. And thank you, Riley. This was actually kind of sadly a doom and gloom episode. It doesn't have to be though, and I'm glad that you took it in that direction, because I met the best person, my best friend, who I love very much in my life. I'm lucky to be with them. It's amazing. I met them online. I have met Badger online, Universe Badger, and I met SGF Graham, and it's wonderful. That vigilant, yes.
Oh yeah, I'm over here.
Kendall, oh my gosh, yeah. Kendall's the bubble, but Riley's talking, so it screws my head up. But yes, it's the vigilance. You have to be vigilant, and that's what this podcast is about, is being more vigilant. It's not about the worst case scenario. It's what we can do to protect that from happening.
Yep. It just felt a little doom and gloom. Everything was being said was like this, and just always doom and gloom without a break, even if it is very much true, but not showing at least a tiny bit to the contrary does kind of just put a little bit extra, like too much fear in people, and that may lead to problems.
Yeah, that's absolutely right. That's what we're flipping about here, is being open-minded.
And I don't want no one to think that they can't talk online, because
Yeah.
at the end of the day, I don't have real blood family that's next to me. I don't have nobody where I live actually that knows me per se, and anybody I do speak to is online. I do a show almost every day of the week. So I don't want you to tell you don't ever talk to no one online and be a hermit and don't speak to this world. But at the end of the day, social media, the internet, has been a beautiful gift if you use it correctly. Just remember what the correct way to use it is, though. And when someone's misusing it, just know that too. Just be aware at all times. And it's not even just social media, but at the end of the day, you're answering questions on a little survey and you don't realize who you're answering them to. And then all of a sudden, someone's got all your information and they're becoming you. So,
What kind of survey are you filling out that asks for your social insurance number and mother's maiden name?
The FBI.
when they call your house and say, we are a Medicaid provider, I promise
Actually,
you, it happens all the time.
They
This
got
is
my dad.
yeah, I know, but like, okay, scams to a degree they're designed to also be like easy to tell that they're a scam a bit, because the people who like would realize this is a scam easily aren't their target. They're going for people who respectfully are a little slow.
Not slow, dementia and Alzheimer's. They're looking at senior
Not a-
citizens.
Not always. They can go for like younger,
lately-
dumber people too, but
Yeah, they can. But lately, they've been targeting the older demographic. I promise you. My
Yeah.
dad
they
has
do
changed
because they
his
fall for it
Medicaid.
more often.
My dad has changed his Medicaid 6 times in 1 year, and he doesn't have his own authority to say of himself. He is not his own person. He has a power of attorney. He is not supposed to speak on behalf of him because he has dementia. Yet they will convince him to say something, and he has changed his Medicaid 6 times in 1 year. That once my mom had to keep going back and fixing it, and then once they finally figured it out, they would ask him what his address was, and he'd give them an address from a long time ago because he doesn't know his recent one. They ask where he's living, he'd say something different because he doesn't know, but yet they're still targeting people like that. Moon Tortoise, before your dad passed on, how many calls was he getting from people about his Medicaid or whatever it was he had?
Oh, it was like 2 days after he had passed away, and I was looking. He was getting all these calls, all these scam calls, and they're all scam calls. Let's see if I can find the actual number. It was absolutely absurd. Yeah, I might have erased it. My gosh darn phone's always full.
And the
It
difference
was- it
between
was like
Moon
300,
Tortoise,
400. It was like 300, 400 calls.
the difference between Moon Tortoise's phone and my dad had a landline, and it doesn't say scam likely.
Oh yeah, some people still have them.
My father has a landline,
We have a landline.
I got both.
and it doesn't
Yeah.
say scam likely when they call you, does it?
Well, we can like, oh, number we don't recognize. Yeah, that's probably a scam. Hello, hey, I'm Yehuinde or Yame.
All right, let's stay.
Okay, Kendall, you don't properly speak Pig Latin. That is the only phrase you know.
That's okay. Oh, that's good.
Just answer your scam calls in either Pig Latin or
Spanish.
or perfect Indian, like any Indian dialect, and curse some of the scammers out in their own native language. That'd be fun. Or just say something incredibly stupid until they get so dumb, confused, or frustrated they hang up. Because the more you waste their time, the less time they have to go and scam another person.
Now that's a fair point. Don't let them
So
scam
like,
them.
just wasting their time. Like one time, my friend got a scam call at lunch, and he was just like, he picked it up and he's like, "Do you like hamburger?" And then proceeded to just say weird time wasting stuff until they hung up. It wasted a solid like few minutes of their time, which they could have spent scamming someone else. Every time you get a scam call, answer and screw with them as long as you can. Keep them just there but confused until they hang up, because then you've wasted their time, and congratulations, you may or may not have stopped 89-year-old Dolores from losing all of her life savings.
Well,
Dolores.
I
don't know.
highly, Ray, let me tell you, we can't tell people what to do, but we can make strong suggestions, and I don't
I
think
know.
that's going to hurt
I'm not
anybody.
telling people what
That's
to do.
not-
That's just a
No,
suggestion.
but you're strongly suggesting, and you know what? If it's going to help, let it help. But these scammers are out of control, and the video games. I don't know about if they're getting scammed on there, but we did it. We did add a layer of some jovial atmosphere to this sad one. We gotta, you gotta think about those poor kids who went missing.
Yeah.
Let that be a testament to how dangerous this is. But moving forward, I'm gonna be posting it. I'm gonna be making some shorts probably about this, with posing some of the things we can do for online safety and make it less doom and gloom, but serious enough. So I think this is an important thing that we're talking about here, and I appreciate all the insights, especially on Discord and stuff, man. People need to hear that.
So here's some okay things to talk about. Talking about game, music, shows, hobbies, playing together in public game spaces, groups that inside the platform, encouraging messages that feel respected. What crosses the line? Asking about real important information in things to identify who you are. If someone pushes you past your boundaries, that's not a friendship, it's pressure. A helpful way to think about it, online friends can be part of your social world and they can become family like to you. That's okay. There's nothing wrong with that. But you got to remember that there's certain things family won't do, and there's certain things that friends really don't do. So just keep that in mind. And if it feels uncomfortable, then tell somebody. If you're afraid of losing friends by setting boundaries, that real friends, online or offline, they respect the word no. They don't guilt you. They don't threaten you to leave you, to not talk to you. They just don't rush you. If someone disappears because you protected yourself, you didn't have a real good friend anyways. You avoided harm. Think about that. It takes strength to say no. And I just wanted to make sure that everybody knew that it's fun. It's fun being online. It's fun meeting people. It's fun being a kid. And I want children to be safe being a child. Use your imagination. Let it be the drive of your existence. Don't feel like you have to be in this bubble to be protected all the time. Just
we are at a time. It brings me to what you're talking about, Badger. That we are at a time where, people, my age, who grew up with video games, especially some next gen consoles and stuff, have a bunch of kids now. Riley, is it normal? Like, I don't want to say normal. Is it a normal like situation that parents are actually involved and play with the kids like on the same games and stuff? I would imagine if I had a kid, I would love to go like stack team into rooms and clear out bad guys. That would be awesome together. But what do I know? I think that's going to be a deciding factor.
That depends on the family.
Yeah.
Yeah, that depends on the family. Most everything here we have and do is offline. But quick comment, in general, security is an illusion. Your house, your door lock means nothing to somebody who's determined. So no matter what you do, unless you like entirely lock off all of your stuff in a Faraday pouch or cage, then go off into the wilderness without telling anybody or bringing any identification with you, making sure not to leave anything. You will always be able to be found by somebody determined enough. And no matter what, your security can always be bypassed, whether it is digital or physical. So keep that in mind.
Yeah. Locks only prevent the honest, right?
Yeah, that's true. So remember, you never have to choose between being connected or being protected. And if you feel lonely, unsure, or stuck, speaking up is not failure, it's self respect. Let the children speak exist for moments exactly like this to remind you that your feelings are valid and your safety matters most. And you're not alone. Riley, I appreciate the fact that we're bumping heads, but it's different when you don't play video games and this really wasn't driven towards you because you are smarter than the average bear. I can't put you in the zoo with it. So at the end of the day, I appreciate the fact that you will tell them no and where to go in every language you possibly can. And some kids can't do that. Some people are people pleasers and they don't have that ability to say no.
I think Riley will let him know.
Yeah, I know. I ain't worried about Riley.
Don't say it as is.
And Kendall, I keep forgetting you're there, Kendall.
I'm just in the background.
She's just been silently lurking.
If somebody honestly ever tried to take Riley or to portray something with Riley, he would tell them what they're doing is wrong and this is how they actually should do it, and this is what they need to do.
Yeah, no, it'd be like somebody goes to kidnap me and I'm like, well, you've already failed because I've thrown a note and an identity and my ID behind me where the scene of the crime began. I am currently now memorizing the turns you're making, and you've left yourself open for the chokehold that you're now in because I've escaped my cuffs that were just 2 zip ties. They're not hard to break with your shoelaces or just the way that you can turn your hands if you get enough friction. You could even break metal handcuffs. And it was stupid that you let me keep my shoelaces, which I'm now tying around your throat behind your car, the front seat that you did not block off. You should have locked me in the trunk. And even then, most trunks contain an opening thing, which would allow me to open the trunk and flag down a car behind you.
Goes on.
And then I would keep rambling on until they're like, please stop. And then when they go to ransom me, right, I would make the people who would they'd call like my friends or something. I'd be like, yeah, keep him. And then they'd be like, I'll pay you to take this guy, please. Then I'll be like, they'll be like, yeah, 50 grand. And then they'll be like, that's too much. Why do you think I tried to ransom this guy? Because I don't have that. Well, it's 50 grand or he stays with you.
You call me. I'll swing by and I'll fly in a banjo. I'll bring it personally. No, and that's me. I would love to play banjo with you. I just got to rip on a banjo. But that's a whole other podcast, is crisis response, and it's a good thing that you know that, and you got to tell people that too, Riley, because it's very important to know what to do when all else fails.
Yeah.
Just remember, you're listening to us online, so online isn't always bad.
No. I want to ask Kendall a question.
I didn't do it.
Yeah.
Okay, Kendall, when it comes to this whole thing, would you say that you're more of taking point with maybe a shotgun, or you lay back and laying down suppressive fire?
Depending on the situation, so maybe good collaboration.
She's occasionally a doormat.
Oh, no.
Yes, you are. You let somebody not pay you for an extra hour.
Okay, that's a
job.
whole nother situation.
When you didn't technically want to be working that job longer than you had to be, you let them get free extra time that they didn't schedule or ask for out of you.
Trust me, I was
That's called being a doormat.
Thank you.
You could have gotten them to pay you.
No,
I
but
We're
I think
Ever let Kendall finish a sentence, Riley? I love you, but my gosh.
This is so- yeah, I know I'm realizing I may or may not have. No, I have. It's just more often than not I have something to say that
he knows me quite well for how I am too, so I'm not oblivious. So
I needed to mention that you're occasionally a doormat, but not always.
wow.
And I need to point this out to you so that you can
Oh.
realize that this is a problem and then get better.
Thank you.
Because if you're just like, I don't know, I'm actually a doormat sometimes,
Yes.
you wouldn't be able to get better.
There's times where I too am a doormat, and so you are not the only one. It's called having a big heart, and you expect you from others. There doesn't mean you are necessarily a doormat, but you do see you from others. And sometimes we got to realize, me personally too, that I can't expect me from another person.
Mm-hmm.
You got a welcome mat tracksuit.
But that's okay, a good doormat, I promise you. I promise you.
Mm-hmm.
That's true.
Just means you have a big heart.
Depending on the day, right?
A big heart with a hole in it.
Thank you. That was so obvious.
And she was born that way. One of her conditions.
Right.
Well,
So, speaking of, let's end this on a great note. Let's say something positive about the situation, because it hasn't happened to us, but it has happened to somebody. And if we could have prevented it, we would. So, give a positive message, O'Reilly boy.
Somebody's gonna have to go first. What I had just went out of my mind as I zoned out for half a second.
ADHD, let's go.
Go ahead, you.
No,
I'm not gonna make the joke I just made, because I don't know what the the joke I was about to just make, because I don't know what the tolerance for weird humor is up here.
Not today.
Anyway, please somebody go before me. I will say something after.
Kendall, you go.
Oh, whatever you do to not kidnap my nephew, he will take full advantage back. It's true.
Positive message, Moon Tortoise.
positive message? Okay. Remember, while you're out there being the best you can be, your reflexes are sharp and you're taking down every adversary in the field in front of you. Be as vigilant in real life as you are in that game. It's a wonderful time you can have playing games. Just make sure you're protecting yourself with those same snap reflexes in real life. Keep your head on a swivel and move with purpose.
Positive messages. You may think it's greater somewhere else until you can no longer come back to where you're at. So take a look at the now that you're living in and live it to the fullest and enjoy everything that's in your present now, regardless of what it is. Go ahead, Riley.
Don't chase connection. Chasing it leads you to make some dumb decisions. Instead, let it come to you properly. There's an old saying called, don't chase butterflies, but instead build a beautiful garden, and the butterflies will come. And if they don't, you have a beautiful garden.
I love that.
Great positive message. I love it.
I love that. All right, we're going to wrap this up. Your safety is important than any online friendship. Your boundary deserves respect. It's okay to say no. Your voice can protect you and others. Let the children speak exist to give you young people spaces to talk, question, and learn without fear. Use this space. Speak up. Stay aware and stay cautious, because when children are heard, they're safer. Peace and love. And thank you for coming on, Riley.
Thank you for having me. And final thing to say, EDSBRA Ainstray.
Learn Pig Latin tonight.
That is the one quote that I think if I had the quote of arms, that would be it. And it would be in Pig Latin, not in actual Latin.
You're a dangerous kid.
Learn it. Peace, everyone.